The viral vacation before October 29th warning, it sounds like a line from a sci-fi thriller. Take your vacation before October 29th. This was the chilling warning a Harvard astrophysicist seemingly gave about a mysterious interstellar comet, and the clip went viral overnight. Social media lit up with panicked messages and conspiracy claims, urging people to evacuate or
prepare for doomsday as Comet 3I Atlas raced through our solar system. But what did the scientist really say, and should anyone actually be worried? In reality, the ominous quote was taken out of context, a lighthearted remark by Professor Avi Loeb during a discussion about the comet's nature. Not an official NASA alert, fact-checkers quickly debunked the doomsday interpretation, clarifying that Loeb's comment was made jokingly and that the comet poses no threat to Earth. In other words, this is a space story more exciting than scary. An unusual visitor is flying by, and astronomers are eager to study it, not to panic.
Who are we hearing from? Avi Loeb and his curiosity. Dr. Avi Loeb is a prominent Harvard astrophysicist, known for thinking boldly about the cosmos. He heads Harvard's Institute for Theory and Computation and the Black Hole Initiative, and he often explores fringe ideas, like the possibility of extraterrestrial technology. Loeb first drew headlines in 2018 with his hypothesis that the interstellar object Oumuamua might be alien-made. In the case of Comet 3I Atlas, Loeb is similarly intrigued. When he quipped about taking a vacation, he was not issuing a warning from NASA, but rather musing to the press about how fascinating this object might be. By context, he meant that if 3I Atlas turned out to be an engineered craft, then world events, like money, would seem trivial. Hence, take that vacation while you can. Loeb's playful tone was unfortunately spun into clickbait. Knowing this, let's step back and look at the facts about 3I Atlas itself and why it really has scientists buzzing with curiosity, not fear. Discovery of 3I Atlas, a stranger from a far comet. 3I Atlas was first spotted on July 1, 2025, by NASA's Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile. The name tells the story. 3I means it is the third object ever confirmed to have come from another star system, the previous two being 1I Oumuamua and 2I Briseau. When astronomers calculated its orbit, they saw it was hyperbolic, a one-way trajectory that will swing it through our solar system and then back out into interstellar space. This interstellar comet is relatively small, perhaps less than a kilometer across, but massive compared to Oumuamua, and it's speeding in at a phenomenal 130,000 miles per hour. Unusual behavior and composition, what we've seen so far. Even in early observations, 3I Atlas has displayed odd traits. Space telescopes and large ground telescopes have imaged a glowing coma and tail, confirming it is actively releasing gas and dust under solar heating. But its chemistry is striking. Measurements indicate the gas plume is dominated by carbon dioxide, CO2, with only a small fraction of water vapor, around 87% CO2, 4% H2O. In fact, studies detected glowing nickel vapor at surprisingly large distances from the sun, a sign of unusual minerals being heated off its surface. Astronomers even observed the comet's tail reverse direction, an anti-tail, in July and August, an uncommon jet phenomenon in some comets. Despite these quirks, scientists caution these features are still natural for comets, if on the extreme side. As one astronomer noted, the side of the tail facing away from the sun is the usual physical behavior for a comet. In other words, 3I Atlas is very active and chemically distinct, but there's no verified sign of anything artificial. It just happens to be a strange and mesmerizing comet.
Avi Loeb's mothership speculation. Given these oddities, Professor Loeb has speculated openly that 3I Atlas could be something extraordinary. He coined a Loeb scale to rank interstellar objects from 0, definitely natural, to 10, definitely technological. He finds at least 8 anomalies about 3I Atlas, such as its precise alignment with the ecliptic plane, unusual jet behavior, and enormous mass. giving it a Loeb scale rating of about 4 on a scale of 10. Loeb worries that these factors, plus the comet's timing, it zoomed past Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, are tantalizingly like a cleverly piloted probe. In a July paper, he even called it a possible Trojan horse carrying mini-probes for reconnaissance. He urged astronomers to keep watching closely. If it were a craft, perihelion would be when it might thrust or deploy devices. Loeb has acknowledged it is most likely a comet of natural origin, but argues it must be tested thoroughly. Importantly, Loeb has always emphasized that this is a hypothesis to test, not a confirmed discovery of aliens. His provocative statements have partly fueled the media frenzy, but they represent one, albeit notable, voice in the scientific discussion, not an established fact. NASA and ESA, no threat to Earth. Amid the hype, official space agencies have reassured everyone 3I Atlas is not a danger. NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, both stress this comet will remain far from Earth. NASA's science page explains that 3 Atlas' closest point to Earth will be about 1.8 AU, 168 million miles, on December 19, 2025, a safe distance. Gulf News quotes NASA saying the object's threat level is 0. In fact, even at its perihelion on Octet 30, 3I Atlas will still be 1.4 AU from the Sun, just inside Mars's orbit, and even farther from Earth, not crossing our planet's path. Both NASA and ESA emphasize it as simply a comet, albeit an interstellar one, and the telescopes are monitoring it closely. In summary, the government agencies are clear. Stay calm. Enjoy the science. Don't panic about an impact. Eyes on the sky, observatories, and spacecraft, a global armada of telescopes and spacecraft is watching 3I Atlas. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope and world observatories, like Chile's VLT, have been imaging it. As it sped past Mars on October 3, several of Mars's orbiters got a ringside view and snapped pictures. Coming up, planetary probes will join the show. NASA's Psyche spacecraft and ESA's JUICE probe will have views of 3I Atlas near perihelion. Unfortunately, from Earth's surface, the comet is currently lost in the Sun's glare. It dipped behind the Sun in late September and won't reappear until mid-November. When it does return to the morning sky around November 11, 2025, amateur astronomers with large telescopes, 8 to 10 inch or more, might just catch it briefly. Meanwhile, scientists will keep gathering data. Spectrographs will analyze its gas and dust. We've already seen high CO2 and nickel. And cameras will watch how its jets and tails evolve. Every photon of data will help tell the full story of this interstellar visitor.
Rumor mill versus reality. The truth is often less sensational than the social media buzz. Multiple fact-checkers have warned that the October 29th vacation warning was a misinterpretation. There is no NASA alert telling people to flee or that the comet is on a collision course. The Harvard comment was tongue-in-cheek, not a prophecy. On the contrary, experts emphasize that everything observed about 3I Atlas so far is consistent with a natural comet doing its thing. As Gulf News puts it, the tail flip gas jets and metal vapors are strange cosmic dance moves, but natural cometary physics, like sunlight-driven jets, can explain them. In short, the wild headlines and memes have been debunked by scientists. NASA's public statements and reliable outlets like Space.com and EarthSky give the full picture of 3I Atlas, an intriguing but benign visitor. So use caution on the internet, but feel free to enjoy following the science without fearing the end of the world. Past visitors Oumuamua, Borisov, and 3I Atlas. To put it in context, 3I Atlas is only the third interstellar object ever detected. The first, 1I Oumuamua in 2017, was a strange cigar-shaped rock with no obvious tail. The second, 2I Borisov, in 2019, was a comet that looked very much like a normal one. Both were found to be natural. Compared to those, 3I Atlas is a behemoth. Its nucleus mass is many orders of magnitude greater than Oumuamua S and 1,000 times more than Borisov US. Unlike Oumuamua, which had no visible outgassing, 3I Atlas is clearly a cometary body with a large coma. Its peculiar chemistry and trajectory raise eyebrows, but again, none of the interstellar objects so far have been proven artificial. Scientists are excited because each one is a unique data point from another star's building blocks. If 3I Atlas is alien tech, it would be unprecedented, but history says these objects are almost always natural. Researchers will compare the data from 3I Atlas to Oumuamua and Borisov to learn how planetary systems beyond our own work. The Perihelion Show, What to Expect on OCT, 2930. On October 29-30, 2025, 3I Atlas will reach its closest approach to the Sun. Astronomers anticipate a fireworks show. The intense sunlight will vaporize its ices, causing it to brighten and potentially sprout spectacular tails. When it swings by the Sun, 3I Atlas will flare up dramatically as its ices vaporize, giving astronomers a rare peek at how alien comets behave. Powerful jets of gas and dust could form, and the comet might even break into fragments if it's loosely held together. From Earth, we won't see it. It's behind the Sun, but spacecraft with solar view will catch it. ESA's JUICE probe, for example, will point instruments at 3I Atlas in November to capture data on its very active state. After perihelion, the comet will reappear in the morning sky in mid-November, glowing softly. It won't be bright to the naked eye, estimated magnitude 12, but aficionados with telescopes may observe its post-perihelion tail. In any case, the coming weeks will be the most scientifically valuable period for 3I Atlas. Scientists will look for any sudden changes that could indicate unusual behavior, and just as eagerly check that it remains an ordinary, if extraordinary, comet. Separating fact from fiction. The takeaway. So, should you take a vacation before October 29th? Probably only a staycation to follow, along with this interstellar adventure. In reality, this story is a reminder of how amazing space science can be when it's accurate. Comet 3I Atlas is a rare messenger from another star, and astronomers around the world are treating it as a friendly visitor, bringing samples from the cosmos. The only risk it poses is overflowing inboxes of telescope proposal committees. All evidence, from NASA's official reports to peer-reviewed spectroscopy, points to a natural comet with an exotic origin, not a Death Star on a kill run. Harvard's Avi Loeb has every right to speculate and generate excitement. His most recent comments concluded that whether it's tech or rock, we have to collect as much data as possible to understand it fully, and that we shall do. So keep your eyes and telescopes trained on the sky in the coming weeks and enjoy the show. The universe certainly has surprises for us, but this time the only chilling aspect is how cold it is out there, not an impending catastrophe on Earth. Sources and further reading. This article is based on authoritative science journalism and press releases, including NASA and ESA updates, and reporting by Newsweek, Space, Com, Gulf News, The Print, Mint, and EarthSky, among others. For full details, see NASA's official pages on 3I Atlas, the Newsweek feature by Hannah Millington, Oct. 29, 2025, fact checks from latest LY, Oct. 27, 2025, and articles from Space, Com, e.g. Oct. 28, 2025, and Gulf News, Oct. 27, 2025.